Hello everyone, and welcome to my bold and beautiful official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Deacon is upset that Sheila ruined the marriage celebration, putting Taylor in danger. According to previews for the next 2 weeks of The Bold and the Beautiful, Deacon Sharp will be upset since Sheila Sharp ruined the marriage celebration. As Sheila gets closer to the edge, Taylor Hayes might also be in danger. Eric Forrester will become enraged and refuse to support Rich Forrester's request for retirement during that week. Eric will fight back fiercely and cause even more family strife because this is his life to live. Positively, the family of Hope Logan and Liam Spencer will assemble at the Spencer mansion to witness their marriage. Hope will be overjoyed to see Douglas Forrester when he returns for the major occasion. Beth Spencer will carry out her officiant duties after Deacon Sharp leads Hope down the aisle. Although the wedding will be a beautiful event, is it possible that some crash or turmoil could break out soon? According to previews, Sheila Sharp will protest to Taylor Hayes about not being invited to the wedding and suggest that she might still go. Sheila will become even more agitated as Taylor tries to explain why crashing would be a ridiculous plan, leading her to wonder if Taylor believes she is insane. By the end of this discussion, Taylor might feel quite uneasy. Sheila is likely to disregard Taylor's advice and end up crashing a wedding nevertheless. Deacon can become enraged about the interruption if he believes Sheila wrecked his daughter's special day. Deacon may even go so far as to run right into Taylor's arms for a kiss after dumping Sheila over this. In any event, by the time the week arrives, Sheila might have regrets. Deacon might dig his heels in and fall even more in love with Taylor despite Sheila's best efforts to mend their relationship. Sheila may turn Taylor into her greatest adversary if she discovers that Deacon and Taylor are infatuated. Hope and Liam, on the other hand, refuse to let Sheila stop them from enjoying the aftermath of their marriage. Keep checking back for details on any upcoming passionate plans because Liam and Hope are sure to have a wonderful wedding night. Naturally, there will eventually be some holiday preparation work because Christmas is quickly approaching. Can Eric and Rich settle their disagreement in time for the yearly celebrations? Carter Walton, meantime, might eventually persuade Daphne Rose to have faith in their romance and think he might be the ideal partner for her. But eventually, Daphne's past can come back to bother her and cause issues with Carter. Stay tuned for some stunning news and love gestures over the next 2 weeks, according to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Are Hope and Liam getting married for the wrong reasons? According to previews for The Bold and the Beautiful, Liam Spencer and Hope Logan will soon tie the knot, whether they want to or not. At first, it seemed adorable to let their daughter organize their special day. But are Beth Spencer's parents saying "I do" for the wrong reasons? Below are spoilers for the upcoming episodes of the CBS soap opera. The Spencer and Forrester families are prepared to go on with their lives now that the Luna Nozawa drama is over. This indicates that Liam Spencer and Hope Logan should decide on a wedding date. It was more adorable and symbolic when Lope let their daughter Beth to handle the wedding planning. However, Beth has assumed control and is making rapid progress. Spoilers claim that Liam and Hope may be married again this month and say "I do" before Christmas because of their small child. It's not like Liam and Hope can back out of the wedding their daughter has planned for them, even if they are having second thoughts. However, spoilers suggest that one or both of them may begin to doubt the big day. Liam Spencer and Hope Logan undoubtedly adore their kid. Do they, however, love one another enough to be together for the remainder of their lives? Thomas Forrester will spend the holidays at home, according to cast releases for Bold and Beautiful. Would Hope's views about getting married to Liam alter if she had a conversation with her ex? Ivy Forrester, meanwhile, continues to hang out with Liam and has expressed her desire for them to give it another go. Does Hope need to worry about her? Do you believe that Liam and Hope are marrying to make Beth happy, or for the right reasons? This time, will Lope endure? The decline of Rich Forrester. Fans of the CBS soap opera The Bold and the Beautiful are finding it extremely difficult to support Rich Forrester. Although there have always been hordes of ardent supporters of Eric Forrester's son, the overall consensus on the internet is that it's becoming more difficult to defend the character. Why does Ridge on B&B seem so unlikable to the soap opera writers? Discover what will happen to Torsten Kay's character by continuing to read. Below are potential spoilers for Bold. A furious argument between Rich Forrester and his father Eric Forrester is depicted in a new promo for next week. A fashion showdown resulted from the father and son's conflict over their family business a few years ago. Eric Forrester barely made it through the conflict and would have died if Dr. John Finnegan hadn't intervened. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful suggest that the father and son will fight about Eric Forrester's retirement once more. Fans are not happy with Ridge's impending scenes on social media. Ridge appears to be attempting to intimidate his father rather than engage in a productive dialogue. We may all agree that the Forrester patriarch should be treated with a little more decency by his son. Ridge's recent behavior has disappointed his followers on multiple occasions. Fans criticized Ridge for ruining Taylor Hayes' wedding hopes by marrying her rival a few hours later after she wed Brooke Logan. No one would blame Taylor if she didn't move on, but she handled the wedding shade like a pro. Ridge Forrester tends to treat everyone in his life like peasants while treating Brooke like a queen. His own father, too. Do you also think it's becoming difficult to support Ridge? Ridge's forced retirement scheme is rejected by Eric. Steffi was thrilled that Finn paid her a surprise visit after they made out in one of the design rooms. Steffi was concerned about her grandfather's reaction when Finn inquired whether everything was ready for Eric's surprise party. Steffi believed that Eric's last fashion show had been ages ago, and even though she could see her father's point of view, her feelings for him were unchanged. Steffi agreed that it had drained Eric too much, and she thought he had earned his retirement. He acknowledged Steffi's worry and reassured her that she wasn't acting maliciously. Steffi just wanted her granddad to live a calm, stress-free life. Finn thought that Eric might be more open to retiring than everyone in their family thought. Maybe Eric would agree if Ridge believed it was the best course of action for his father. Steffi thought it was time for Eric to ride off into the sunset, even though she knew he wouldn't enjoy it. After announcing his plan to rejoin the team, Eric drew some fresh designs in the Forrester showroom. Donna cut in with a gorgeous design her husband had left at home. Even if the collection was incomplete, it was sufficient to demonstrate to Ridge that he was prepared for a return. To demonstrate to Donna that he could change with the times and stay up to date with new fashion trends, Eric took her through the designs. Donna talked on how hard Eric had worked and how his rekindled love for his trade had taken over the house. She was worried about the impact it had on his health, though. She sounded too much like Ridge, he said, cutting her off. Hearing that from his son was one thing, but he refused to hear it from his wife. He didn't want Donna to be critical of his future plans. Donna, Eric's wife, couldn't help but be concerned about how it affected him. She reminded him that this was taking up a significant amount of time because he didn't go to bed until 3 in the morning. She informed him, nonetheless, that she didn't require his persuasion. Donna needed Eric Forrester to slow down a bit, even though she knew exactly who he was. In order to relieve his wife's mounting uneasiness, Eric consented to slow things down. Donna thinks Ridge will recognize his concept for the couture line. The fact that Ridge needed to be reminded of his father's abilities disappointed her. Donna supported her husband's choice to go back to work, even though she wished they had more travel time. When he inquired if she had faith in him, she said, "I am always Team Eric." One of the interns carrying balloons was instructed by Brooke to put them in a particular area of the CEO's office. In order to complete the celebration plan, they required an ice bucket filled with champagne and a happy retirement banner for Eric. Looking at an old picture of him and his dad, Ridge remembered how his dad had proposed the concept of a showdown before the medical emergency that almost killed him. Brooke didn't think the surprise retirement celebration would be well received by Eric. Even if it took some time, Ridge believed his father would finally change his mind. Ridge believed that this was the best method to extend his father's life. When Carter and Daphne arrived, she brought a unique fragrance for the founder of Forrester. Daphne had some questions, but Ridge wanted to honor the guy who made it all possible. She believed that Eric shouldn't be coerced into accepting retirement. Daphne clarified that she was from a different culture, and expressed concern that Eric would perceive this as disrespectful. Daphne persisted, but Brooke stood up for her husband. She encouraged them to take Eric into consideration, and let him make his own decisions because she thought he had more left in him. After Steffi and Finn joined the celebration, Ridge requested Finn to speak out in support of his decisions. Daphne appeared horrified, but Finn agreed with Ridge's medical logic. In defense of himself, Ridge claimed that his father's stay at Forrester was too stressful. He minimized the cultural differences since he needed Eric to accept this new stage. Rich promised to fight back because Steffi was afraid Eric would fight the family over it. Everyone applauded Eric and Donna as they entered and pledged to celebrate him. Carter saw that Eric was stunned, and Brooke agreed. He was informed by Steffi, "You had an incredible run." After putting a lot of effort into persuading his father, Rich told Eric, "It is time for the master to rest." Everyone in the room was informed by Eric that his greatest life goal was to become a designer, and that he would not give up until the day he died. He refused to accept being forced into retirement, citing his own legacy. But Rich told him that it would. Liam didn't realize how much hope meant to him until he was shot by Luna and given a false diagnosis of brain cancer, and vice versa. It's time for some joy now that Luna has passed away, or at least we believe she has. As hinted at in the most recent teaser for Bold and Beautiful, Liam and Hope are getting set to tie the knot in front of their loved ones. Sadly, one unwanted guest is already considering ruining the wedding. Additionally, Eric defends himself against his family's attempts to remove him from the business that he and Stephanie founded. No one is more thrilled than Beth, who invites family and friends to the wedding of the year. Liam and Hope are indeed getting married. They will attempt to do so nevertheless. After all, this is a soap opera, and successful marriages aren't typically associated with soap operas. Taylor cautions Sheila that it would be absurd to storm the wedding as Deacon leads his daughter down the aisle. "You didn't say it to Sheila, did you, Taylor? Which type of therapist are you?" Given that she has been playing Dr. Patient with Sheila's husband, she definitely shouldn't be aggravating Sheila. Although Ridge and Brooke planned a surprise retirement party for Eric, the true surprise was that he was unaware that he was, in a sense, being retired. Actually, Eric had been working on a fresh design portfolio that he believed would wow Ridge and Brooke. In the future, Eric clarifies that his son is not putting him out to pasture after learning that he is retiring. Will the race to run Forster take place on the runway once more? In fashion, one day you're in and the next day you're out, as Heidi Klum puts it.